Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to this week's energy forecast. I'm Sarah Louise, I'm an intuitive, I'm a reader of the cosmic weather, and I'm here to share with you what's coming up this week. So how you can best navigate yourself through the current cosmic weather, taking all the blessings and all the gifts that this incredible week has to offer. Anyway, so I'm pretty excited for this week. We start this week and I feel like it's the overriding energy of the whole freaking week with a full moon in Scorpio. Now I'm a Scorpio, right? So for me, this energy is like, it's like my everyday. You know, it's deep, it's raw, it's real. Yeah, and it asks a lot of us. And yeah, as I say, coming from, you know, a lot of Scorpio energy, I'm like, yeah, ooh, that's going to be a little bit harsh maybe for some of our sensitive people, or, you know, depending on where it sits in your chart, it could feel a little bit overwhelming. So what's this week all about? How are you going to work the best in this week to kind of navigate the energy, take the gifts, take the blessings, and kind of, you know, rise up in your evolution and your growth and have the best week ever. Yeah, and walk out at the end of the week going, oh my God, that was incredible. I feel lighter, I feel brighter, I feel more joyful. Yeah, which is what we want, right? So first thing you're going to do is join my live online session on Tuesday under this full moon, because that's going to give you that beautiful, deep healing. And it's funny, right? I was writing the weekly and I'm like, you know, I'm not just going to hold space for you under this, you know, this moon, kind of hold space and, you know, give you that. It's like the words that were coming through is like, I'm going to be the kind of spiritual midwife and guide you and help you to birth a whole new light. Yeah. And, you know, many of us who have gone through the birthing process, like, it's not pretty. Like, it can be really intense. Like, it's pretty in some ways, and in other ways it's really like hard work. Yeah, it's a real process. So I feel like this full moon in Scorpio, it's, you know, it's a process that we are all going to have to go through, because that moon is shining down on all of us, you know. Even if you're hiding, this one's going to get you. Yeah. So as I say, first thing you're going to do is join that session so that I can assist you in my midwifery talents through this kind of rebirth, through this shifting. Yeah. Because a Scorpio full moon is, it wants us to let go, it wants us to shed, it wants us to release. But this particular moon, it's like, I feel like it doesn't want us to do it in those old kind of like ouchy ways. And that's why I'm going to be your spiritual midwife, because it wants us to do it conscious and with clarity, and not with that kind of overwhelm of like, oh my God, I can't cope, help me, but more like, I've got this, you know, I'm breathing with it, I'm going with it, I'm releasing, I'm surrendering, and I'm surrendering more, and I'm letting go. Yeah, because, you know, a full moon is about us shedding, isn't it? It's about us releasing a layer. Yeah, when it's Scorpio, it's one of those really deep, possibly karmic, old kind of layers that like we've so outgrown, could probably emotional layer. Yeah, so we're kind of going to be shown what we can't tolerate anymore, you know, what just doesn't feel right anymore. That's the stuff we're ready to let go of. Yeah, maybe there's behaviors that we're still doing that we're just so in conflict with who we are. Maybe there's people around us that is just so in conflict with who we are. you know, to be with them is just like, oh, it's not good for my soul. Yeah, and instead of trying to make it work, and you know, we actually have that confidence and that beautiful courage and the strength of the Scorpio to go, enough. It's powerful, it's deep. But as I say, this time round, it's not overwhelming and all over the place, and like, it's emotional, but it's emotional in a really stable way. Yeah. So there's definitely some big energy coming through. And if we think of Scorpio, it's like those 3 stages, you know, and eventually we're going to rise up from the ashes as that phoenix, but we have to go through the process. Yeah. So as this full moon in Scorpio comes in, like I just said, we've got to go through the process. Yeah. And some of that process might not be comfortable, but that's okay. It's not chaotic. Yeah. So you're going to join my live, and we're going to go deeper into it. You know, what else would I be doing to support myself through this week? I'll definitely be being grounded, doing my journaling, and doing some releasing work. Be really important. Dancing, moving my body, allowing this energy to move through, because it is heavy. It can be heavy and it can be powerful. So I have to move with it. I truly want you to think about, and even if you haven't given birth, right, you would have seen it or been around it or observed it, or, you know, even seen it on a film, right? A woman needs to move to allow the energy to move through. Like, I would say the most painful thing for a woman is to be just laying still and rigid, and that flow of those contractions coming through. You know, that would be like, so like, oh, yeah. So this week we got to flow, we got to tune in, constantly tune in. Where am I at? Where am I feeling? What am I kind of letting go of? What's being triggered? Where, you know? And it's not going to be, as I said, in that kind of really dramatic, because Scorpio can be like that sometimes, but this energy around this full moon is not that. It's quite, what's that word? It's thought about. Yeah. So you might find that old stories come up to be released. That's okay. Yeah, you're not going backwards. Remember that life is a spiral, and we're just visiting things from a different perspective in a different place, because we aren't who we were. Yeah. And it's okay to let go of who we were, because we aren't that person anymore. You know, and people may say to you, you used to be all right with this, like, why? Well, yeah, I've changed. Yeah. And hopefully we are all changing as we're growing and evolving, and we're shifting and we're coming more aligned with who we authentically, unapologetically are. Yeah. And remember that, you know, we started here, and here we're just freaking conditioned, you know. So this unconditioning, yeah. And when these moons come in, like this one this week, it's like unpicking, unconditioning another big part of us, which is going to allow freedom for the soul, freedom for the self, to show up much more authentically, unapologetically, you know, powerfully self. And when we're showing up in that way, oh my goodness, yeah, we're living in that flow of life. Yeah. So it's not a rushed energy. You can hear it, right? You can feel it when I'm speaking about it. It's not rushed. It's going to take its time, but it's beautiful, and it's empowering. And underneath these layers, the new version of you and that new light of what you are, when it emerges, is just so bright. Yeah. So it's a big week. It's a big week. Slow down. Walk with it. Check in constantly. Where am I at? What do I need today? Because every day is going to be different. Yeah, and align with that. Stay grounded. Stay focused. Stay in the light. Yeah. And I'll see you on Tuesday night. It's a big one. It's my one. it's my full moon. So this is like me in my element, guiding you, actually midwiferying you through the process. So I will see lots of you on Tuesday. Super easy to book in. If you can't make it live, you know you can download it. It will be under this video in a link. Just make sure you're a part of it. And yeah, I will see you, the rest of you, next week for your update. Have an amazing week. I love you all. Happy Scorpio full moon.